Yeah, buddy.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. Hey, Miss Explain. What's going on, man? But
if only it wasn't almost 11 o'clock Eastern, I would open this bottle and start drinking, but it is.
No. Yeah, I'm down to at this point. I already had. I had like 2 beers because I couldn't do it.
Yeah, the nerves and stuff.
Oh my
I was
God.
literally, like I was saying on Instagram, during that third quarter momentum shift to the Niners, I was like, I'm just imagining JP in a room, just clenching his teeth or whatever, something,
So I'll tell you this. So there's a story here. My friends at work were texting me, take the dog for a walk. Take the dog.
Oh, take your mind off of it?
No, because all right. So
to reverse the momentum.
Reverse the momentum because in 2015, when the Royals were losing at Houston and about to be eliminated, the dog and I went for a walk. I was pissed. We were going for a walk. And by the time I got back to the house, I got back in the house just in time to get the go-ahead hit, and they went on and won the World Series. When they were down 24-0 to Houston in the first round, I did the same thing. And by the time I got back to the house, they were ahead. So they were like, get out of the house. I was like, no, I'm not doing it this time.
Good game. Up until that final touchdown run or whatever, that was 35 yards or whatever it was, or maybe more. I don't know.
Yeah.
I still didn't think it was decided yet. You know what I mean? With a minute 20 to go, both teams having all 3 timeouts. It's that's not over yet at that point.
No. No, when we got the stop, when we scored the touchdown.
What's up, Dollar Bin Father?
Dollar Bin, you haven't watched, you don't know the long history of the Chiefs. They've imploded way worse than that. I've seen it. But, I think the Niners opened the door, but the Chiefs, they actually started making play. That was the worst I had seen Mahomes play for 3 quarters. And you got to give a lot of credit to the Niners defense. They were getting in his face.
Right. He had that one rush TD, but he didn't throw for a touchdown.
But they were consistently getting pressure, which is what everyone said the game was going to come down to. Could they get pressure? But in the fourth, he made plays and got them back in it, and they could score so quick. It's just ridiculous.
They go down the field in a minute.
Oh my gosh, they're just, I really going in. I feel pretty good about it. I thought everybody was like, oh, the Chiefs, the Niners are the better team. Chiefs have the better player. I thought we were the better team. I thought it was really close team wise.
I didn't know anything about it. This was the first NFL game I watched this season. I'm not even kidding. I haven't even watched my own Giants, my own team's games this season. I've just been super behind, the 8 ball as far as watching sports. But it's the Super Bowl. You got to watch.
Oh yeah, I always watch the Super Bowl. Hey Barrett, what's going on? Thank you, sir.
Yo, what's up, Chris?
Somebody I saw on Twitter, somebody I was a little surprised Mahomes won the MVP, sort of, because that's literally the worst game of his career.
I didn't even really stick around for any.
Yeah, they gave him. I thought they'd give it to Williams just because of the couple touchdown runs and stuff. But hey, Bake, what's going on?
Yo, what's
anybody wants in, let me know. I will send you the email. We're just gonna. I don't even know. I go
virtually drink this bottle of champagne.
Virtually drinking a bottle of champagne. We're gonna hang out for a few minutes. I just felt like going live and celebrating something I had begun to think would never happen until they went so long. Anything about the Chiefs' history? It's not just that they went 50 years without, winning the Super Bowl. They went 30 some odd years without drafting a quarterback. They didn't have a quarterback.
Right.
They drafted.
They shied away from QB drafts.
Yeah. Win a game for them for over 30 some odd years. It was Todd Blackledge, who was drafted in 83, was the last quarterback to win a game for them, and he was terrible.
Yeah.
And before Mahomes. And Randy Reed.
I was smirking a little bit earlier when I saw that comment come in. I was like,
oh, that's awesome. I'm so happy for Andy Reid. He works his tail off. He's a really great coach. He's been close. Some of it's been his own fault why he hasn't finished it. Some of it's been out of his control. Yeah. But we did it. Thank you, DS.
Yo, what up, DS?
You know,
Bear, Rag 718 in the house.
Like a couple years ago.
What's up, Biggie? Don Dada pop up in bottles. Yeah. That's
yeah. Well, you know, yeah. Tomorrow we're gonna get nothing done at work, but that's okay.
Yeah, I might have to get more done than usual because I have diehard 49ers fans in my workforce, my workplace.
You know, I'm sure there's. Hey, they played a hell of a game. I thought the 49ers did everything they had to early in that game. But my sister and I were texting back and forth at the start of the fourth quarter. We're like, this entire game's been played at the pace the 49ers want.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had controlled the pace. They made us move slow. Like, it had been played at their pace. And the fourth quarter, we got a couple breaks. And that's all it takes. That kid, that's all it takes. It's amazing.
Yeah, that was actually, I mean, interestingly enough, that's the first game I've ever seen Patrick Mahomes play.
Oh,
and
man.
He won the Super Bowl. That's pretty cool.
That's probably his worst game, I think.
Yeah. Well, so when you said that, I was like, oh wow, you must slay it.
Dollar Bin brings up the game against Indy, and he didn't play good in that game either. That they lost to Indianapolis, but he was hurt. Like he had a bum ankle, and he couldn't move, and that was different. He was hurt. He was healthy and not playing well tonight.
Yeah.
It wasn't his first interception this season. I think he had 5 all year, 4 or 5. So
that's not a lot.
Or 30 touchdowns and 5 interceptions or something.
Hey, our QB won 2 Super Bowls, throwing 15 to 20 interceptions a year. Eli.
I mean,
so
yeah,
or our former.
I mean, I thought the second one, I thought Hill probably should have caught it. It was a little behind him, but Hill normally makes that catch. And when it ricocheted off, I was like, ooh, that was when I first got that was when I finally got worried. I wasn't worried until that ball ricocheted off Hill, and I'm like, oh, that's a bad break. That's that's something that usually even though it was behind him, he usually catches that ball. And that was it. It was at that point I was like, oh crap.
I thought for whatever reason, the way the Angles had it on that one challenge, where it was the go-ahead touchdown.
Yeah.
And he stepped out. He clearly stepped out.
So close.
It was so bizarrely close.
There wasn't
it could have gone either way, honestly.
I think he might have been out before
I thought he was out, personally. I was like, oh no.
I don't think you can overturn it. There wasn't an angle good enough to overturn it.
Right, and that's the part. That's the part about reviewing plays and instant replay challenges and stuff that I'll never quite grasp fully.
Oh man.
Yo, Unruly, what's up?
Hey, Unruly, what's going on, man? So I don't know that we're going to show any comic books. I don't know that I'm going to be on very long unless other people.
Yeah, I don't have comic books to show. I did read this over the weekend because this is tomorrow, right?
I have a thumbnail.
I hope Kenny is prepared for it because we haven't talked about it today. Oh, you have a thumbnail? Okay, good. All right, good.
But yeah, I have a thumbnail. I haven't sent it to you guys yet.
I got it.
I haven't.
I was like, do I need to poke that thread or whatnot? But yeah.
I mean, it's right here. It's on my desktop.
Congratulations. Old Wolf's in the house. What's up, Old Wolf?
Let me put it to my photos, and I'll move it over. And I'll send it after the stream is over.
No worries.
But yeah, I'll make the stream after this and post the thumbnail.
Yo, what's up, Kachung?
Hey, Kachung, what's going on? Hank says, yeah, he was out. But he was out, but he wasn't. Thank you, Old Wolf. What's going on?
You should just take tomorrow off from work. Why not at this point?
Unfortunately,
I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
For work, no, because I have issues. So where my sewer line goes out, there's a big ass tree, and every few years I've had to like clean it out because the roots and like it backed up when I was doing laundry today. The washing machine dumped all the water and it backed up.
Oh shit!
It drained, but I gotta get in there and clean that out tomorrow. Because I don't have I gotta clean that tomorrow. It just came in the garage. It didn't like come into like anywhere else, but it's just like, damn it. so that will not be fun.
Yeah, so I actually haven't gotten a chance to rewatch it on YouTube since
I haven't watched
since it came on, and I was kind of like walking around in the room, and I had people here and whatnot, so I like only caught like little bits and pieces of it. But then I got the key collector alert, like I was saying on Instagram, like immediately, like like Wanda and Vision's kids, later become young, are part of Young Avengers, but apparently in the Vision Scarlet Witch miniseries, the last issue is when they officially give birth. So now they're teasing that might happen because I guess she showed up pregnant in the trailer. I don't know, but like definitely some instant spec Super Bowl spec in there right away as a result. I'll have to take another like serious watch of it at some point.
Yeah, I have to watch it again because I wasn't really paying attention, but it looked like you had some cool stuff like. The Flash is a WandaVision show.
Yeah, and the Black and White Avenger, Black and White Vision, he's on the cover, Black and White, West Coast Avengers 45. That's the book,
I mean, that show, I don't know about the Black and White Vision because
I'm not going to go chase any of these books, but it's fun. It's interesting.
The episode was in black and white. It was like a 50s sitcom thing, and like that show is either going to be amazing with whatever they're doing with all these like. Her going on with her mentally and all this like crazy sitcom setup stuff, or it's going to be awful.
Yeah, but I think that's actually pretty cool versus the like just it's going to either be good or great from Marvel. You know what I mean? I'd rather see stuff that has the potential to be amazing or the potential to be terrible because they're taking some sort of risk. Because they're taking some sort of risk creatively. Like it's starting to get a little bit too like. Same old, like with the formula for a lot of
Niners. What's going on, Biggie? I'm sorry for your Niners, man, but
man, you were rooting for Niners. Sorry, brother.
So, but
hey, it was a hell of a game. It was a good game, though. Like a lot of times, you'll get disappointed by like the actual game itself. And, I wasn't necessarily rooting for one team over the other. I was, kind of just rooting for JP to have his day, but just so as a casual observer without any allegiance to those two teams personally, outside of how much I used to love Jerry Rice when I was a kid, that's I had I collected his like football cards and whatnot, but outside of that, I really had no allegiance to both teams and I enjoyed watching the game. So. It was a good Super Bowl game.
Yeah, I thought it was an excellent game all around. There wasn't. I mean, both teams made a few mistakes. Both teams made some great plays. It was a close game into the fourth quarter. I mean, that was under 2 minutes when he ran in the touchdown. It was like a minute 20 or whatever. So, So when they went up 31, it was like under a minute or a minute something. So it was in doubt until the last drive.
I mean, that's what makes for good Super Bowl games. It's like it's in doubt, or like there needs to be some sort of final drive, or there needs to be some sort of drama in that fourth quarter for it to really feel like a classic Super Bowl game. To me, anyway. Like the ones that are blowouts. Or the ones, that don't have that kind of element of drama in the fourth quarter, to me, just end up being more boring to watch.
Well, they might be able to now. They just watched the Super Bowl.
Maybe now.
And they probably couldn't before. How many of them could name 3 Niners? Like, they weren't Niners fans. I couldn't. Sherman, Garoppolo, and I could have named you another. Bosa, I guess, would have been the third one. I probably could have come up with Bosa if before I knew they were playing them in the Super Bowl. So,
Yeah, I don't watch football really anymore.
Only
on the Super Bowl day. So
yeah, I watch the Chiefs. I don't watch hardly any other football. That's just where I've gotten to. I used to watch a lot of it, but now I used to
watch religiously every Sunday, like morning till night. Like when I lived on the West Coast, Pacific time, you have that 3-hour head start, and like the pregame stuff starts at 7 a.m. there or something.
Oh wow, yeah.
You know what I mean? And then by the time the nighttime quote unquote game on Sunday, it's only like 4 o'clock in Los Angeles on the West Coast. So it's like, you know, you can watch a ton of football if you're willing to wake up early on the West Coast on Sundays, but I don't have the patience for it anymore.
Yeah, it's bringing up that I forgot about Kittle, but see, that's just it. I probably would have forgot about him. That I could have named him. Yeah, somebody.
Oh, Kelsey, the tight end. Yeah.
Yeah, the tight end. Yeah, he and Kelsey are easily the best two. It's not even close, I don't think. And depending on so what your preference is, I lean toward Kelsey, but he's on my team. So
right.
But they're both great players. But yeah, it was just one of those crazy stuff that I thought, if you told me before the season, I thought they had a really good chance to do it. The middle season, I didn't think they had a chance. And then down the stretch, they started playing well. The defense actually started playing. I mean, that's the difference between this year and last year's team is when they needed to stop in the fourth quarter, they got multiple. And they couldn't do that before. And so, hey, TJ, what's going on, man?
Yo, TJ.
Oh, he's surrounded by bandwagoners. So, well, you live in Ohio. Still trying to figure out how you became a Niners fan if you weren't just on the Montana Rice bandwagon when you were a kid. But they were pretty good.
Comic Assassin is in the house. What's up, Comic Assassin? And Big O, FGCU 42.
Oh, you must be ahead of me. Oh, Big O, I see him. I don't see it. Oh, Assassin, I missed him. Hey, Assassin, what's going on? So yeah, I did actually go to my comic book shop this week. I did pick up a few books. What I got here? 2 weeks worth. What's this? I don't know where they're at. Oh, wait, they're there. So I did pick up some stuff. Starting to get cut down. Nothing exciting. Justice League, this is the last issue of Snyder and last issue for me. I'm dropping it after that.
T.S. I didn't watch and I didn't know who won until I saw the title of this live stream.
Hey, football's not for everybody. I don't blame you. So, if the Chiefs had lost in the playoffs, those games they fell behind, I probably wouldn't have watched the Super Bowl. So, couldn't have done it. So, and if you're not a fan, I could totally get not watching it. So, Justice League Dark, I think I got 1 or 2 more of those before I drop it. If I actually drop it, I'm debating on that one. It's been so good. Bad Girl, I haven't read any of these. I picked them up earlier in the week. Spider-Man, stupid Nick Spencer, tell a story. Marauders, still haven't read that. Detective Comics.
Yeah, I read, what was it, Marauders 6? I read it on my iPad. I liked it. I'm still liking it. I'm still liking the stories and the art for all the X titles. Really still loving that. There's only 1 issue left, right?
2. I thought it was 8.
2. Yeah, you're right, 2. Yeah, 2.
So I haven't read that yet, so
it's really good.
Only thing I read is, and I'm a dummy because I ended up picking up multiple covers because I'm a dummy. And the only thing I read is the Wonder Woman 750, which I got the Jim Lee and the Jenny Frison. And there's got Cable. I'm an idiot.
I just passed on all those.
I should have, but
because for Tech 1000 I did the same thing, and then I've been able to circle back to like 4 or 5 of them and get a bunch of the ones I wanted, even ones I didn't want that were like incentive ratio variants or whatever for cheap now. For Tech 1000. So I'll do the same thing with the Wonder Woman if I really care about it enough in 4 months or whatever.
So, yeah, I don't know why I did that. I should have just done the one, but
yeah, do what you want to do.
I know. Yeah, and I had to get the Frison because I'm getting all the Frisons, so that I was going to get.
That's part of the completing that set, and that's her final. Or is the next or
No,
next is our final?
Next one or two after this. There might be two. Actually.
There's two after. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then I just like. I don't know.
Oh no! Her final FOC is tomorrow.
Yeah, final FOC for one.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I remember.
So I don't know. I just thought this one was a ton of fun.
Yeah, it's great.
Wonder Woman. Yeah,
dude, a lot of those are cool. You know, I was like, you know, eyeing those covers, you know, weeks ago. They're all look pretty cool to me.
Yeah.
Frankly, I didn't see one I disliked or anything.
No, none of them I thought were bad.
Yeah, I thought they were all pretty cool.
But sometimes that's definitely the case. I didn't like the huge one. I was only and once I had 3, I was like, I can't do another one.
Yeah.
And
it was almost 2 years. Yeah, Kachun saying, you know, she must have been on Wonder Woman for close to 2 years. I think it was like almost 2 years.
Issue 7 to 5. She'll be at issue 7 to 85, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah,
more than 2 years then.
Yeah, long freaking time.
Big game future.
Rick Lang and Dinosaur. Yeah. So hey, I'll take it. If for once sports rigged in my favor, I'll take it. But yeah, she was on for a long time. I was gonna say she was doing covers before I started collecting, and that's been over 2 years. So almost 3 years she's been on.
Yeah, that's a long run. And those are all B covers that she did?
Yeah, she did all the B
covers. Doing EDAs now. Okay.
No, there was a couple of stretches in there where she took a couple months off. Like she missed some books. But overall she did most of them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a book that's easily achievable in low grade.
I was gonna say,
there you go.
Build one for low grade. You can track one of those down, not too bad. So but yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything, folks. I was just wanted to hang out with everyone for a few minutes, celebrate.
Yeah, definitely understandable. I would be super excited also if I had that kind of investment in a sports team and they had that long of a drought. That's pretty awesome.
So yeah, just happy that finally like the Chiefs are cursed and they can't win the big one and all that's behind them, and so yeah, we excited to see what happens from here. So, but super excited. I'm going to end this because I don't have anything else.
Yeah, I don't got anything else. Gotham City Chronicles tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow. I need to set up the stream here before I go to bed.
And Kenny 84.
Yeah, comic book joining us. Head 84, comic book 84.
By the way, because I had never read this before, and I read it in like literally 1 hour, like over the weekend. Like because it's a graphic novel. It's not in collected issues. It's a graphic novel. And I went down such a deep, dark rabbit hole on looking at Gary Frank original art for purchase. Like I didn't buy anything, but like I went down such a crazy rabbit hole because his artwork is just fantastic. But I'll save the rest of that commentary for the show. So
yeah,
he is glowing. Yeah, definitely.
We don't have. There's not. I don't know that we'll go the full hour tomorrow, just because. Like we'll see. But
yo, what's up, Hudat?
Hey, Hudat, what's going on? So so we'll do that 9 Eastern, right? That's when we do that.
I think it's 9 Eastern. Yeah, I mean that's our normal time. I think we've changed the time occasionally, but yeah, it's the normal.
I know he hasn't been feeling great, so
we should probably check in with him on his health
before we get too far.
Before we make any promises here.
Yeah, so Kenny feeling better permitting, we will go tomorrow night. So if not, we might adjust. So with that, I'm gonna shut this down. I want to thank you guys for joining me for a few minutes. Chiefs! Sorry, Biggie. And we will see you guys.
Someone screenshot that.